Humanity, I love you all, with all my heart, with all my might. This is my second video today, and obviously, as all videos, I'm talking to you, humanity, to the citizens of the Republic of planet Earth, to all of us, infinite, eternal creators. So I'd like to talk to you about this notion that we all understand, which is we, the citizens of the Republic of planet Earth, are the leaders of the Republic of planet Earth and the defenders of the Republic of planet Earth, on Earth and outside Earth's orbit. So I'd like to talk more about this notion, this concept, about leaders and defenders and who we are. So you can always, as with all my videos, refer back to the visual, either on the website, why.how, the Republic's repository, or on YouTube or Substack, which are the channels that I use to communicate with you. Humanity, love you all, with all my heart, with all my might. So all my messages, this is a message of love, a message of creation, a message of energy. So let's talk about what being a leader and a defender means. Leaders and defenders, the Republic of planet Earth, our planet, Mother Earth, all of us, humanity, all humans, the citizens, the Republic of planet Earth. So think about this notion in terms of compass. Remember that we all are compass. We all have a compass. This is who we are. It's our nature. And as we go about our lives and we put compass into practice, we start to really understand the power behind our purposeful daily action. We understand that we're infinite energy. We understand who we are. And we know why we're here, our purpose. We understand our identity, who we are, why we're here, our purpose, our true self, and what it means for our identity and our true self to be aligned with our purpose. So our actions can be aligned with time and energy, so we can get going and do the things that we're meant to be, to do the things that we're meant to do. So this is just the way it is and the way it would always be, because we have a heartbeat. We're infinite energy. It's a force field of creation around us. The human heart, the human heartbeat, the pulse of life, the pulse of creation. It gives us this ability to understand that we're infinite energy and we create through our actions. And because our heart loves and feels, that means that our actions must be loving. Love is the energy of creation. We create with a love. This is how we create. So this is how we are leaders, because leaders are the example, and the best way to be the example is with our actions. So our actions define us. So our actions, when they're loving, they define who we are. And our nature is benevolent, because we're an infinite, eternal compass. This is who we are. Our heartbeat proves to us that is not only our creator, and it gives us life through the motion of the pulse, but it gives us the ability to love and connect on that level and scale, biologically speaking. So it's with the love behind our actions that we create the most powerful things that we all humans can do on Earth. And that's what our purpose is. That's what we're here for. To understand who we are and why we're here, so we can take action, get to our destinations. So this is why compass is so powerful and so important, because it proves through action who we are, infinite creators, infinite eternal creators. So obviously you think about it as a graph, in a way in which you have four quadrants. You know, in the y-axis you have compass, and then on the x-axis you have Hamas. So Hamas is this notion that I developed, which is the best way to be a leader is not only through our actions, but also through the way we go about our actions, the way we behave and interact with the world. So if you think about it, HAMAS is just an acronym that stands for humble, unassuming, unpretentious, modest, and simple. So it's these 5 ideas combined. You have to be humble about who you are and humble about understanding our nature. When we stare at the sun and we sync with His infinite power, and we understand that He grants us and He created us and we can be one with it, and we have a heart that beats and gives us life so we can love and create and have a purpose. And we understand this beautiful notion of who we are and our nature, our loving nature. Then that gives us the humility, which is then again is aligned with this concept of humility. Human is the same root. It's who we are. So first, humility. Then unpretentious. You cannot be pretentious about who you are. You cannot have these ideas that you're better than others or that you're special, because in reality we all have this same gift. So it is actually a great opportunity for us through our humility to understand that being pretentious about our nature and who we are, our infinite, eternal creator potential, is not something that we have to be pretentious about. We have to be the opposite. We need to be unpretentious. We need to understand that this is our duty as leaders and defenders of the Republic of Planet Earth. We need to understand that this is something that shouldn't be taken lightly. Then, of course, the third notion is modest, being modest, modesty, which is essentially not taking great pride on your success and your achievements and accomplishments, but using them as examples so you can keep on taking action every day and keep on moving forward to further more distant destinations. Because it is in our nature to be infinite, and there is an infinite number of destinations that we choose with our free will, because we have a heartbeat. You see, it gives us life. And because we're infinite energy of creation, as long as we keep on putting love behind our actions, there will be an infinite number of destinations that we can go to, because we have the ability to get there through our actions. So that's modesty, understanding that, and understanding that the best way to be is to take action and letting your actions speak for themselves. You don't have to speak for your actions. Let your actions speak for yourself. And this notion gives you that modesty, which is an important idea, is an important concept. Then, of course, you have the fourth letter of this acronym, HAMAS, which is unassumptive or unassumptious. So what is the meaning of that? Is that you don't have to assume things. You don't have to assume about others and their lives and what they're up to, or assume what would the outcome be of your actions and your destinations through your own free will and your power, infinite power of creation, through your loving action, daily purposeful action. So it's just letting that go and not being held up by this idea that you have to assume things from others or from yourself. This is a negative cognitive load that slows us down. When we let that go and we become unassumptuous, then it doesn't have a hold on us. It doesn't carry any weight, which allows us to float lighter, which means we can get on about our days with our actions, with modesty, unpretentious behavior, and humility, so we can go further and further. So when we keep on doing these, remember, this idea is powerful because it gets us to that fifth letter in the acronym of HAMAS, which is the S, simple. It proves to us that the best way to be, once you understand this notion that we're infinite eternal creators, is to be simple. Because it's in simplicity where the best and most elegant decisions are made. The most powerful actions are always simple actions, but the impact is profound, infinite, and eternal. So it is through the simple, very action that you take next that you get to infinite results. It's the next action, and it tends to be a simple action. It's a very simple action. I'll repeat that again. It tends to be a very simple action. It's just the next step is the next action in the sequence, what matters the most. So, as proof of your free will, as proof of your infinite, eternal creator status, as we all are. So once you understand the simplicity of being simple with your actions, then you start to realize that that concept also applies to you, to your day-to-day life. Being simple, simplicity. It makes it easier for you to keep on moving, to keep on taking actions, because you're not holding on to things, you're not holding on to too many things, you don't have a complex lifestyle. Your lifestyle is simple. You take action purposefully every day, you manage your time and your energy. Your identity and true self are in alignment with your purpose. And your why-how helps you to clarify and recalibrate and self-correct. And then your flow is clear because it's simple, you take action. Then your true north is obvious because you take action, it's simple. You know where you're headed, and the destination is obvious because your actions will get you there. So simplicity is key. As in nature is very simple. Nature doesn't cut any corners. It's not complexity in nature. Nature is very self-explanatory. It explains itself through very simple motions and actions. We observe these all the time in nature phenomena, natural phenomena. Nature is very simple. So it's just the way it is, and we are a part of nature, so it's our nature to be simple if we wish to do so, and we do that through our actions and our free will. So Hamas, this notion of Hamas. So now it takes us to the quadrants, the 4 quadrants in this matrix, this graph, where you have, as the y-axis, you have compass and what it means, and Hamas on the x-axis. So obviously, when they interlap, when they interconnect, it sets a pattern and a quadrant. So the very bottom is when you're not putting your compass into practice. You're a compass, but you're not using it. And then you're not being Hamas. So you're not humble, you're not unpretentious, you're not modest, you're not an assumptuous person, you're not simple. You're overcomplicating things, you're making it hard for yourself. So when these two overlap, then that puts you at the bottom of the spectrum in terms of these quadrants, and then it's a very simple way to get out of that quadrant, because a lot of us leaders and defenders at times find ourselves there. So the very easy way to get yourself out of that quadrant is to put it together. And what is the meaning of putting it together? Well, use your compass. Be Hamas. Put them into practice step by step. It takes time, and it takes courage. It takes bravery. It takes action. It takes determination. It takes grit. But that's why you have the notion to stare at the sun every day, to give you the certainty and the clarity so you can understand who you are, your heartbeat. Infinite energy, infinite creation, infinite love. So your heart gets stronger as you stare at the sun and you connect with the source, and it gives you the ability to understand that you're a sundial and you go on by your days with your compass and you take action. And then you're humble about it and you become Hamas. So you're a Hamas person. You're a Hamas compass. And this is what gets you out of that, and you gotta put it together. Then when you are a practical person, leaders and defenders of the Republic of Planet Earth, and you find yourself that you're using your compass a lot, but you're not very Hamas, then you're very high on the quadrant of compass. You're very determined, you're very practical, you take action every day, you have a strong identity and a purpose, and you go on by your days very powerfully. But you see, you still are lacking Hamas. So it's a very simple notion. When you find yourself that you're not very Hamas, then you be Hamas, because you understand the compass and you put it into practice. So it's a matter of just adjusting, making changes, and being humble about it, being unpretentious, being modest, being unassumptive, and simple. And as you start to do that with your daily actions, stare at the sun, open your heart, be brave, have the courage to face the day and do the things that you have to do, as we all humans have, with humanity, Republic of Planet Earth, then we start to realize very simply, very quickly, that it's a lot easier than you realize. Once you hummus and you have your compass, then you're headed in the right direction. So let's talk about the other quadrant, when you are very hummus, but you're not really putting compass into practice, or you're not going about it the right way for any reason. A lot of us leaders and defenders find ourselves in that quadrant at times. So what's the meaning of this, and how do you get out of this situation? Well, you use your compass. If you're hummus and you understand what it means and what it is, then you have to just use your compass, put it into practice every day, and then you're going to move out of that quadrant. Just use your compass, be hummus as you already are if you're in that quadrant. So as you can see, I have spoken about those three quadrants there. But there is that fourth quadrant, which is the quadrant where we are meant to be as leaders and defenders, which is the infinite eternal creators quadrant, which is all of us fundamentally. We're infinite eternal creators because of our heartbeat, because of who we are, our action. We're infinite energy, we're infinite love. Love is creation. So when we create with love, we become infinite eternal creators. This is who we are. It's in our nature. Our human heart says so, or the heartbeat. This electromagnetic pulse that gives us life, and the heart is a loving heart. It teaches this emotion to us so we can be loving and do loving actions and take loving action every day. So to be an infinite eternal creator in practice, we just have to use our compass and be hummus. That's all it is. If you use your compass and you're hummus about it, be hummus, use your compass, then you're an infinite eternal creator, because you're putting all the pieces together to be a great leader, to be a great defender of the Republic of Planet Earth, which is our republic, all of us humans. So as you can see, this is a very simple notion. And as I explained in my previous video about it, infinite eternal sundials, and what it means is we connect with the sunlight through our eyes. Stare, it gives us the power and the energy we need, the courage and the bravery to open our hearts and be hummus and use our compass and move on and prove through our actions that we're infinite eternal creators, which is who we are, because we're infinite, we're eternal, we're the human race, we're a benevolent species. This is who we are. Humanity, as all my videos, this is a video of love. This is a message of love. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. This will always be the case, and it will never change, because we're eternal, we're infinite. This is who we are. I love you, humanity, with all my heart and with all my might. I'll be making more videos. Please refer to these anytime you want. Love you all with all my heart, with all my might.